All right, this is Kelly Rodgers, and I'm here with Mr. Eric Martin, the voice of Mr. Big and the voice of his own band. How's it going, Eric?
It's going good. I like how you said the voice of my own band. They don't listen to anything I say anyway. Especially, I got this guy, Jeff Totora. He's a drummer. He plays with Blue Man Group for the last 17 years now. This guy, Chaz Butcher, who's actually from Montreal, Canada. And he's a phenomenal bass player. And I could have got somebody from California. Would have been logistically, it would not have been a nightmare. Probably, but Chaz is such a great bass player. It didn't matter where he's from. I would have flown him out. And the other kid right here with his curly hair, that's Howie Simon. I call him Smiling Howie Simon because he barely ever smiles, separately when he's had a couple Crown Royals.
Right.
And he's okay. But I play with Howie in another sort of side group called Scrap Metal.
Scrap Metal, yeah.
With the Nelson Brothers
Super group.
and Mark Slaughter,
Super group.
And we play each other's hits,
Right.
It's amazing. And but I love this band. I've tried other people before. I tried this guy Jeff Young from Megadeth, and that didn't work out. Our chemistry didn't gel.
Right.
But he's a great guitar player, and I wish him well. And there was a couple other people that were, they didn't get along with the other guys in the group. So, hey, Chaz, talking about you, brother.
We're talking about
Chaz
His
Butcher.
ears are ringing.
It's not true.
It's not
Chaz
true.
Butcher. And for me, I love being in Mr. Big, but it took for so many years for us to gel as a band, as friends.
Okay.
We were friends, everybody's friends in the beginning, but you're in a band for over 15, 20 years, plus years.
Right.
You run into some trouble and that kind of stuff, and that's kind of what happened to Mr. Big. And when we got back together, we made sure that when we play some new gigs together or tours or make records, that it's painless and we're not going to have our stupid hassles anymore.
Right.
Especially Billy Sheehan and myself. We're not going to butt heads over stupid shit that we used to.
You guys are past that.
We're past it. I lost the taste for hate fucking long time ago. I've said it before, and I did. And even when people go, well, how did you work out? Hey, Tom, how did you work it out? We sort of just didn't work it out. We just grew up, and we don't remember crap.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, and that's cool. I mean, granted, look, I bet if I said something weird or he said something weird, something would trigger. But nothing has triggered so far. That was 2009 when we got back together. But anyway, the Parallel Universe being my solo band.
Yes.
I said, I obviously knew that each of these guys were super talented players.
Yes.
I mean, Howie's played with Alcatraz, Chaz Butcher's played with tons of bands. Like I said, Jeff's 17 years of Blue Man Group, and he's and a bunch of rock and roll bands. And these guys know how to put on a great rock show.
Yeah.
But as people, they're great. They're great.
Nice.
And so the lessons that I learned in my 80s and 90s, I don't bring them here. Way more. It's not. I don't know if I'm mature. I'm just smarter because I don't want to be. I don't want to have the drama,
Yeah. It's like you choose your battles at some point, and some battles aren't worth fighting.
No, it's not.
Especially when it comes to egos, I would imagine that
Oh, dude, I've seen them all, and I've seen all the bands we've played with and opened to, and headlined over or festivals, and I've seen. Believe it or not, look, I'm sure nobody else wants a drum either, but I've seen some. There are still some pricks out there.
Right.
I'm not gonna name any names. I will if I'll drink this beer and it might be a truth serum.
The truth serum.
Hey, Eric, don't want to interrupt, but I'm going to take off. I will see you tonight, though, all right? Okay, Mark. And, it was fun. We'll go talk after the show and stuff.
See, and I just want to, I haven't said this, but this is my hometown. I went to high school here. Mark is the owner. I know
Nice.
the people that work here. This is my haunt.
Nice.
So yeah, the boardwalk is like it's
So many great
my house, high school, and the boardwalk. That's it.
You went to
I'm gonna taste it, and I'll just say this, okay? Because this is like look where the beer is right here, and it only takes this much for me to get going. Maybe, but when remember, you're not Bay Area people, are you?
Reading.
Reading. Well, sorry.
We're from right here.
All right. So there used to be a magazine called BAM Magazine.
Oh, yes.
And I used to go all the time, and I was never,
Omni all the time.
yeah, in Omni or sometimes at the Civic Center, sometimes in the Warfield. But I was never nominated for anything. It was always Sammy Hagar, Steve Perry. They're all the lead singers, even and then the alternative singers, Mike Patton, or Billy Joe, what's the name?
Billy Joe Armstrong.
No, yeah, from Green Day.
Yeah.
So it's always these guys, and Billy Joe was like a young kid, and he was way younger than I was, and I was still always never got nominated, but I got best club band, best new band, that kind of shit. And then I got a Mr. Big, and then boom, best new song, best rock band, best lead singer.
Nice.
And I still have those Bammies. They had little Bammy awards, but back in the day, people used to come up to me and they'd go, "Man, you were so sarcastic back then. You're smart, but you were evil. You're like an imp of Satan." I go, "Yeah, I was. At one period of my life, in the early '80s, I was shy, insecure and shy and stuff, as musicians are, and I was really sarcastic." And so, I don't know if you know anything about alcoholism or drug people. Their first rule is to, when you admit that you have this problem, you have to apologize to everybody.
Yeah.
So when I used to go to these gigs, I apologized to all these people. I go, "Hey, I'm Eric Martin. I'm a sarcastic prick." Instead of an alcoholic, I'm a sarcastic prick, and I just want to apologize. And I goes, "No, man, you were cool," or "You were, man. You really hurt my feelings back in 1982," or some shit.
Way back then.
Yeah.
We speak fluent sarcasm.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
We're all good at that.
I need to, I'm kind of, I've hung out my star. I'm a lifetime achievement award.
Who is the mastermind behind the Mr. Big album covers? Because they are funny. They are funny.
Yeah.
They're funny.
This guy named Larry Fremantle.
Okay.
He was an assistant art director to this guy named Bob Defrin, who, if you look it up, that guy probably came up with Led Zeppelin and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But he was on his way out. He wasn't that good anymore, and Larry just went gangbusters, man. He came out with, he found that the hat and shoes thing.
Yeah.
Lean into it, bump ahead.
Hey Man.
Clever, hey man. He came out
All
with
of
everything.
them are just.
And then he became the director of art director. And to this day, we're great friends, and he does my T-shirts and
Nice.
and my solo album covers as well.
Yeah.
All of them, and I don't have that many solo albums, but Destroy All Monsters, I'm Going Sane, and that the one that you like, Somewhere in the Middle.
Somewhere in the middle.
And that's Larry Fremantle.
Is it?
Yeah, it's 6. I just saw him. I played in Teaneck, New Jersey, opening the Trickster. And I played acoustic with smiling Howie Simon over there. And Larry came out. But Larry Fremantle, that's his brilliance. And also Pat Torpy, our drummer. He had something indirectly to do. They come up with the ideas of the thing. They'll look at the picture and he goes, "We saw the train," and Pat goes, "Hey man, when you're looking at adversity or somebody's gonna, obviously there's nowhere to run, somebody's gonna shoot you. Lean into it." And so he'll say that. So
Throw that out there.
Pat came up and Billy too. I think some of it. Not me. I'm kidding. I was like, well, that's funny and that's funny.
Really?
Yeah. The only time
So,
and Billy came up with the stories we could tell.
yeah.
But the last, I think